Jimmy Kimmel stepped up to kick off his Jimmy Kimmel Live monologue, his grin sharp, his voice carrying a wicked edge. A host ready to unload on a target too big to miss, a night primed for a roasting no one could ignore. The crowd cheered loud, their energy buzzing, a mix of fans and hecklers, their phones poised, eager for Kimmel to swing hard. A takedown brewing fast, a spark set to flare. A moment where Elon Musk would get humiliated, live and merciless. Kimmel adjusted his tie, his eyes glinting. Folks, let's talk about Elon Musk, the guy who's got more money than sense, and that's saying something. His opening jab quick, a nod that drew laughs, the room humming, a roast rolling out, a billionaire in the crosshairs, a night about to turn brutal. He dove in, his voice smooth. Elon's out there, still pushing that Cybertruck, you know, the one that looks like a bad origami project. Tesla just recalled it again. His words laced with a smirk, a poke at Musk's flagship flop, the crowd chuckling, some clapping, their delight in the dig a steady pulse, a shared glee for a titan tripped up. Kimmel paused. Recalled it, folks, because the doors jammed shut. Guess Elon's trapping folks in his dystopia one truck at a time. His quip sharp, a twist that landed hard, the audience roaring, their buzz rising, a roast picking up speed, a fuse lit slow, begging the question, how far would Kimmel push? How deep could he cut? The rant flowed on, Kimmel steering toward Musk's politics. And now Elon's cozying up to Trump, advising him on government stuff, because nothing says efficiency like a guy who can't keep a truck on the road. His tone biting, a jab. At Musk's new role, the crowd laughing, their applause swelling, a warm nod to Kimmel's knack for nailing it. He grinned wider. Trump and Musk, the dream team, one's bankrupting casinos, the other's bankrupting common sense. His line crisp, a double hit, the audience howling, some whooping, their joy in the skewering a live thread. A billionaire's shine dimming fast. Could Musk dodge this, or was Kimmel about to bury him? A humiliation ready to roll, a night poised to sting. The air crackled, Kimmel's rhythm tight. Seriously, Elon's out there tweeting about freedom, while his trucks are literal cages. What's next? A Tesla gulag. His voice rising, a barb that stung. The crowd erupting, some gasping, others cheering, their reaction coiling quick. A roast hitting peak, a spring wound tight. He leaned in. I'd say stick to rockets, but those blow up too. Maybe stick to tweeting, Elon. His words swift, a final jab, the audience roaring, their faith in him surging, a room tilting toward something raw, something real. Would Musk take this lying down? Or had Kimmel just lit a fire no one could douse, a takedown set to burn? Jimmy Kimmel stood firm behind his Jimmy Kimmel Live desk, his grin wicked, his voice slicing through the cheers, a host in full swing, unloading a roast on Elon Musk that hit harder with every word. A night rolling toward a brutal humiliation, a takedown no one could stop. The crowd's laughter swelled, their buzz crackling, their phones catching every jab, a wave of fans and skeptics, their energy feeding Kimmel's fire, a roasting blazing bright, a billionaire's shine getting torched live and raw. Kimmel's eyes glinted. I'd say stick to tweeting, Elon. His last barb still echoing, a sting that landed sharp, the audience howling, some clapping wild, their delight a live pulse, a room hooked on a roast, a spark flaring wild, a moment where Musk's ego would take a beating. No comeback in sight. Kimmel pressed on, his tone sharp. But let's be real, folks. Elon's tweets are half the problem. He's out there playing genius, typing nonsense like a toddler with a Tesla keypad. His words quick, a jab at Musk's online chaos. The crowd erupting, some whooping. Nailed it. Their cheers a storm, a host shredding a titan's mask, a truth cutting deep, a blaze roaring loud. He smirked. Remember when he said he'd fix Flint's water? Still waiting, Elon. Maybe ship a Cybertruck. Oh wait, it's stuck. His quip fierce. A double hit on promises and flops. The audience roaring, their buzz surging. A roast rolling. Hotter. A billionaire's hype crumbling fast. A spring wound tight. A humiliation sinking in. A story no one could turn from. The onslaught grew, Kimmel's voice rising. And now he's Trump's buddy, advising on government, because nothing screams leadership like a guy who named his kid a Wi-Fi password. His line brutal, a slam on Musk's quirks and ties, the crowd gasping, some cheering, too good, others laughing hard. Their split a thunderous swell, a host wielding wit like a blade, a Musk myth cracking wide, a moment spiraling wild, a spark bursting flame. He leaned in. Elon's out there, saving the world, one bad idea at a time, while we're stuck with his recalls and his rants. His words crisp, a jab that stuck, the audience howling, some standing, their noise a thunderous tide, a roast. Hitting peak, a billionaire's glow dimming, a humiliation no one could dodge, a fire burning hot. The crowd fed off it, their cheers swelling. Keep going, some shouting, their phones buzzing, clips racing online. Kimmel roasts Musk, the captions sharp, a viral wave crashing fast. A monologue turned massacre, a simple jab turned slaughter, a shock rippling wide. Kimmel grinned wider. I mean, folks, Elon's a genius, right? He's got billions, but he can't make a truck that works. Maybe stick to Mars. Leave us alone. His voice steady. A final twist. The audience erupting. Their applause a storm. A host standing tall. A Musk takedown sealed. A night flipped upside down. The room rocked. Their faith in Kimmel a rock. A story spinning beyond the air. A roast unfolding raw and deep. A question pulsing loud. Could Musk shrug this off, or had Kimmel just carved a wound too deep to heal? Jimmy Kimmel held court on Jimmy Kimmel Live. His grin fierce, his voice driving a roast that tore through Elon Musk. A host at peak swing, delivering a humiliation that burned bright. A night where a billionaire's shine got scorched, no mercy in sight. The crowd's laughter thundered, their buzz a live wire, their phones capturing every word. A mix of fans and hecklers, their cheers fueling Kimmel's onslaught. A takedown rolling wild, a spark blazing raw. Kimmel's eyes glinted. Maybe stick to Mars, leave us alone. His last jab still ringing, a sting that landed hard. The audience howling, some clapping loud. He's done. Their delight a steady pulse. A room locked on a roast. A moment where Musk's hype took a beating. A fire roaring high. A story no one could unhear. Kimmel kept rolling, his tone sharp. But seriously, folks, Elon's out there advising Trump. Imagine that meeting. One's yelling about walls, the other's pitching tunnels. His words quick. A jab at Musk's political dive. The crowd, erupting, some whooping. Perfect. Their cheers a storm. A host shredding a titan's ego. A truth slicing deep. A blaze hitting peak. He smirked. Elon's like, let's fix government with crypto, and Trump's like, can it buy votes? A match made in chaos? His quip brutal. A double slam on absurdity. The audience roaring, their buzz surging. A roast cutting deeper, a billionaire's glow crumbling fast. A spring wound tight. A humiliation sinking wide. A night turning raw. A sting no one could dodge. The barrage grew, Kimmel's voice rising. And let's talk Tesla stock, folks. Elon's tweeting it up. Then it tanks. He's the only guy who can crash a company from his couch. His line fierce. A hit on Musk's market mess. The crowd, gasping, some cheering. Too true. Others laughing hard. Their split a thunderous swell. A host wielding wit like a torch. A Musk myth cracking wide. A moment spiraling wild. A spark bursting flame. He leaned in. He's out there, saving humanity. While his Cybertrucks rust, maybe save the steel first, Elon. His words crisp. A jab that stuck. The audience howling, some standing. Their noise a thunderous tide. A roast at full tilt. A billionaire's shine fading. A humiliation no one could shake. A fire burning hot. A takedown sealing tight. The crowd ate it up, their cheers swelling. Burn him, some shouting, their phones buzzing. Clips flooding online. Kimmel destroys Musk. The captions sharp. A viral wave crashing hard. A monologue turned demolition. A simple roast turned slaughter. A shock rippling far. Kimmel grinned wider. Folks, Elon's a visionary, sure, but his vision's a recall notice. Stick to X, buddy, it's already a mess. His voice steady, a final twist, the audience erupting, their applause a storm, a host standing tall, a Musk roasting sealed, a night flipped upside down. The room rocked, their faith in Kimmel a rock, a story spinning beyond the air, a roast unfolding raw and deep, a question pulsing soft. Could Musk laugh this off? Or had Kimmel just carved a scar too big to fade? Jimmy Kimmel rapped his Jimmy Kimmel Live monologue, his grin wicked, his voice ringing with the final blows of a roast that had torched Elon Musk, a host sealing a brutal humiliation, a night where a billionaire's shine got buried, no comeback, left to claim. The crowd's laughter surged, their buzz a fading storm, their phones still buzzing, a mix of fans and skeptics, their cheers a steady pulse, a takedown locked in, a spark cooling slow. Kimmel's eyes glinted. Stick to X, buddy, it's already a mess. His last jab still echoing, a sting that landed sharp. The audience howling, some clapping loud. He's toast. Their delight a warm tide. A room basking in a roast, a moment where Musk's hype took a fall, a fire dimming fast, a story sealed tight, a triumph no one could dent. Kimmel eased back, his tone smooth. Folks, that's Elon Musk, the guy who's got billions, but can't buy a win tonight. His words light, a quip that landed soft, the crowd chuckling, some whooping, a release tying them close, a host turning slaughter into gold, a roast fading clean, a spark of joy glowing wide. He pivoted swift. Anyway, we've got a show, let's roll. His shift crisp, a nod that drew cheers, the audience's swell surging, their applause a steady beat, a billionaire's flop dimming faint, a recovery sealed tight, a stand that felt earned, a night turned sharp, a triumph they owned, a story spinning beyond the air, a simple roast turned saga, a shock settling full and deep, a tale closing bold. The online storm flared, clips of Kimmel destroys Musk and Cybertruck rust flooding screens, a viral blaze splitting chatter, some roasting Musk's flops, others hailing Kimmel's edge, a tale stretching wide, a win ringing loud, a Tesla PR mute, a host's team grinning, their views soaring, a moment etched in time, a roast a tombstone to Musk's glow, a narrative landing clean, real, raw. The band kicked in, their notes bright, a lift for the crowd, their cheers a steady hum, a night's edge softening, a close rapping true, a victory born from wit, not spite, a tale tied with ease. Kimmel stood, his voice warm. You're the best, thanks for laughing, his thanks firm. A nod that stuck, the crowd's roar a final swell. A night standing tall, a Musk myth gone, a host's light burning clear. The clock ticked out, Kimmel's final wave cutting through, his grin steady, his stand firm. A voice holding strong, hit that like button if you loved it. Subscribe for more. His call natural, the audience erupting, their cheers shaking the air, a tribute to a host who'd turned a roast into magic. Jab by jab, the cameras sweeping wide, faces lit with glee, some buzzing, others clapping. A night ending bold, A humiliation. A memory. A triumph blazing bright. The screen fading black. A cap to a saga that soared. A nudge to join the ride. A legacy of laughs over blusters sealed in their roar. Musk's glow faded. A blip torched. Kimmel's win a fire that held. A story closed crisp. A night owned full. Hey, if you loved this roast, smash that like, subscribe, and stick with us for more.